Mind over matter, I gotta keep going. Can't slow down, I gotta keep rolling. Optimism over doubt, got no time to be hopeless. A lot of people run their mouth trying to knock off my focus. Maybe cause they know that I'm one of the dopest. Maybe cause they know what I want, I'ma go get. Spoken word shows did that cause I'm a poet. Hopped on some beats and flow sick. COVID, I got willpower, I don't know if you know this. Panic, never panic, no time to be choking. Doors open up, can't hesitate to go in. Can't hold yourself back, that's when doors start closing. Long as you know where you going, ayy, nothing can stop you. If they try to clown on your name, no, it's not true. God send me blessings like I prayed and I you. If I let them tell me who I am, then I'm screwed. Some try to say the damn sky is not blue. If they don't have my best interest, then I'm cool. Didn't get the message, better check your damn Yahoo. Only have to prove things to me, still have a lot to prove. One thing inevitable in life is its obstacles. Not a know-it-all, I'm just trying to be logical, inspirational, relatable, motivational to the youth. Nobody's perfect, hell, I'm living proof, but this is bigger than me, fam, it's bigger than you. I'ma go hard till I'm in a casket in a suit. I got willpower, it explains the attitude.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another session of the Mental Fitness Hub podcast. They call me MC Hullaby.
Call me G.
And again, y'all, welcome back to another session. On this platform, this is where we talk about mental health, mental performance, and we really try to include what's going on in the sports world and entertainment and really tie it in and relate it back to mental health and mental performance. And today what we're going to do is react to what may be the most controversial reaction video we've done to this date. We're reacting to Gunna's new song called Bread and Butter, which dropped over the weekend.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. So, and it's controversial. A lot of controversy is behind it because Gunna, we all heard the clip of him in the courtroom snitching on Young Thug.
Yep.
Okay, I would say allegedly snitching, but it sounds like he pretty much gave up some valuable information to the courtroom about Young Thug.
Yeah, they asked him if YSL was a gang.
Yeah.
He said, yes, ma'am.
He said, yes, ma'am.
And then the other one that was key was asking if he was in the car with Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, when they had drugs like methamphetamine and one other, hydrocodone, and firearms.
Yep. And
they got arrested. Yeah. And he said, and it was asked whether those weren't Gunna's. He was asked in the courtroom by the woman if those weren't his, and he said, yes, ma'am, they weren't mine, basically saying,
implying that they were Young Thug.
Exactly. So it's pretty clear cut and dry snitching, if you ask me, and if you ask a lot of rappers in the game, it seems like.
Oh man, yeah. Since that courtroom video came out about Gunna, a lot of rappers have been coming out and really just firing up Gunna, just calling him all types of snitches and other things. Artists like artists like Lil Durk, Lil Baby, and other rappers who are about that life that came out and called it snitching, said there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and then proceeded to basically cut him off. They've been unfollowing him for Instagram. They've been kind of doubling down on their lack of respect for Gunna in interviews. So yeah, Gunna and a lot of other fans, not only just rappers, but he's at odds with a lot of fans, especially YSL and Young Thug fans. So and this is the first time that he's spoken out publicly since that courtroom video has come out. So I mean,
taking shots at people.
Yeah, we've been hearing he's taking some shots at Lil Baby on here. And he's pretty much, standing up for himself.
Yeah.
Despite, all of these people who have spoke out against him. And that's why we feel like it's very fitting for the podcast because listen, we aren't street guys, right? You know, we aren't in the streets, so you know, we aren't speaking from that perspective, but we speaking from a mental health, mental performance
Yep.
perspective, and somebody who is facing criticism and still standing on their own too, and still proceeding on with their career to the best of their ability is it to us impressive. Okay, now I'm not justifying anything that he's done. It does look like snitching to me, but you know he's still a human being at the end of the day, and he's trying to make the best out of this unfortunate situation. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of love for Thug,
Yeah.
you know, but you know he chose himself, and that's frowned upon in the streets. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, again, I'm not justifying anything that he's done. It's frowned upon in the streets um, for a lot of reasons that I don't even know. So I understand that. But at the end of the day, you know, he's choosing himself. You know, so
What's the saying as old as time? Snitches get stitches.
yeah,
And
man.
that's what, the only way I see Gunna, not having to fear for his life the rest of his life is if
Mm-hmm.
Young Thug was the one to say to him, hey, I know I'm going to be behind bars for a long time, whether you snitch or not. So you go ahead and make it happen. But that's also really hard to believe that
Yeah,
Thug would pass that down. That's just not what happens in the rap community.
yeah,
And in the streets, like you said, we're
yeah.
not a part of that, but I
Right.
mean, we've folled rap for a long time.
Yeah.
We've seen, what goes down in the news and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and it just a lot seems like Gunna, is in a tough spot going forward.
He's in a
And
very
yeah,
tough
kudos to
situation.
him for still putting music out. If I
Yeah.
was him, I would lay low for as long as I could, and that means not putting music out, not making videos. We saw a video of him in an Atlanta mall walking and
Yeah.
getting heckled
He's
by
out.
people.
He's outside.
That's wild.
He's outside still, man. So, and somebody who's still proceeding, you know, like they were before, you wonder, you know, okay, like what's really going on? Like we don't know all the details. We
Yeah.
know what had came out. Like maybe he genuinely feels like he wasn't trying to put Thug in harm's way. You know, we don't know. Like I said, like we're from the outside looking into the situation. We're not super big Gunna fans. We're not super big Thug fans, but we both realize that these are very, very good artists. You know, they've done a lot for the rap community. And we're just able to just take a step back and kind of see where both sides are coming from, see what's happening. So definitely don't want Thug to be locked up for too long.
No.
Definitely don't want anything to happen to Gunna. But unfortunately, those situations are likely to occur. So we'll see what happens. But hey, y'all, well, you ready to dive into this?
Yeah, the last thing I would say is I have been getting into some Thug the last year or so.
Yeah.
Reddit has helped me find some Thug songs, unreleased songs that have been really fun to listen to.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I would love to see Thug, keep his career going and be able to get out. But also, if those things are true, if those RICO charges are true, and he is a part of a gang like that, and he's one of the ringleaders of a gang, that takes consequences too. I mean, that's something that he would have to really change his ways if he does get out. You can't really go back to gang activity, especially with the money he's making. I feel like there's an avenue for him to get out of that type of thing. There should have already been that avenue, but I realize when you're in the street, it's hard to just get out with a snap of your finger.
That's true.
I know that's not something that's easily done.
Yeah.
But he could have a long and fruitful career if he's able to beat this case. He's already having a fruitful career. He already has a ton of fans. And like I said, I was getting into some of his music. Not all of it. Some of it's a little out of my listening abilities, but sometimes he really goes off.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really like that "Killed Before." By him.
That's a good song.
Yeah, Thug. Just how it is.
Ash in the Blunt is an unreleased one with Black is a feature on there as well. That's a really good smooth song. I would recommend that one. Rosetta Stone, I really enjoy that song.
Yeah,
where he gets a little melodic.
Beginning
of songs and stuff. man, he's got
very
real
talented.
talent.
Very talented. And you know who else has talent? You know, Gunna.
I know.
Gunna has
Yeah.
talent. You know, his style has grown on me. So let's dive into this, man. I have heard the song before, but I haven't seen the music video. This is G's first time hearing and seeing the video. So yeah, let's just get into Gunna's Bread and Butter. First time we've heard from him since the court video was released. So here we go. Got the news reports playing in the background.
I like the beat coming in so far.
Going all out when it's by that bread and butter. The careful cloud, I put that on my dead brother, yeah. He talk so much, I showed him I'm a real hunter. Won't say it, but he know I still got real cutters, yeah. Yeah, I'm right back in that lost man commas. I had been down bad inside a dog tunnel, yeah. Fuck the boys, I felt like my real problems. And who was only with me cause I had dollars. Never fucked a nigga, always stayed solid. Keep it real with niggas, never lied and always stayed honest. Never brought so much, I never changed on them. I don't wanna go and do the work, bring you the damn profits. Hustle on my own, I always didn't know how to sell product. They ain't give me shit, I got so long, came from the damn bottom. Every nigga speaking on my neck, cause it's some real problems. Being not the same, in my lane, I got my own column, yeah. Keeping shit, I'm seeing niggas fall back. You bitch ass niggas got me at the topic of the chat. You switch on me, but you know you went business with a rat. And nobody's like your brother, ain't nobody speak on that. This TC clearly, if I had to stay with that. You still fuck with a nigga that I got to follow. Nigga talking only know cause of shit. You got one need more streets, how you put my name on wax? You wouldn't even believe, I ain't have to watch my back. If niggas really talking, how you put me, they got snatched. Nobody said the cat, I sent them away to get back. This shit didn't get off track, let's get it back on track. Going all out when it's by that bread and butter. The careful cut, I put that on my dead brother, yeah. He talk so much, I showed him I'm a real hunter. Won't say it, but he know I still got real cutters, yeah. Yeah, I'm right back in that lost man commas. I had been down bad inside a dog tunnel, yeah. Fuck the boys, I found out who my real problems. And who was only with me cause I had dollars, yeah. I got paid the lawyers.
Man, it's a lot right there, man. It's a
good
lot.
Song.
First, what you think about the visuals?
It's pretty dope. You know, he's trying to show that with the mask on in the car. Every time he's outside, he's got that mask on.
He got the ski on.
The ski mask on. He's in the jewelry store with the ski mask on.
I
don't know, man. I like the visuals though. I like the black and white video.
The black and white, yeah, that's pretty
the bird, following the bird around.
What do you think that bird symbolizes? What do you think the bird symbolizes? I don't know.
That's a good question. It's definitely symbolizing something.
Well, bread and butter. I mean, birds like bread.
No, I'm wondering, you know, like a bird watching over him, whether it's someone, you know, that wants to put a hit out on him, or if it's God watching over him. I don't know. It just seems to be the bird following him around a little bit.
Is it like a regular bird or it's like a hawk?
It looks like
one of them
crow.
Crows. And a crow symbolizes death.
Yeah.
That's these.
And he's talking about his dead brother in the chorus right away. He brings up his dead brother.
And maybe he knows, like, he's like bro, like I said, a lot of people come out criticizing him. There's probably a target on his back. Might be unfortunately a price on his head, you know, but he's still going about his everyday life. He still has living to do. So that's why you see him in his ski mask, you know, covered up. And yeah, maybe the bird or the crow does kind of symbolize, you know, death. Like he's trying to get away. It looks like it's kind of following him.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that's just us getting deep on the visuals. But the lyrics, man, he was saying some stuff on there. He's coming out. He went at we heard that he went at Little Baby on this one. I assume that line about him in business with a rat is geared towards him.
He says he's always stayed solid. He's never lied. Always stayed honest.
Yeah. And then he said like, "Yo, y'all, was people."
Love my bro so much. I never change on him. I'm the one that go do the work, bring you the damn profits. That's interesting.
And it's interesting because this song was released. It was released under YSL still. So, maybe I don't know. Maybe he's kind of referring to that, like, all right, this song, and maybe I assume since this is a single, he's coming out with an album. Like, YSL still gonna profit off of it. And,
Yeah,
Young Thug, but yeah.
Well, because legally he has to be anything he puts out has to go under YSL while he's signed under him, or else that becomes reason to sue him if you're YSL. But it's still YSL has to give the go ahead, say, "Yep, we are releasing this song." So yeah, it is Young Thug's label that's allowing it to get released. Man,
it was a lot there, man. And he's saying there's people out here, like he's kind of alluding to him not necessarily telling. He's saying there's people out here actually snitching. How you think me and Young Thug got locked up? Basically, he was like, "Yeah, there's people really out here telling y'all mad at me, but how y'all think we ended up here in the first place?" And I know a lot of people not gonna want to hear that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But this is his perspective. This is his viewpoint. So we're in the mind of Gunna right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And so far we're just seeing that he's standing on this. You see and Paul's right there. He's standing tall. He's still out here trying to. He said he lost hella money. Being locked down, and he's trying to get it back. And that's why I think this song dropped, and I think there's an album coming too, so he can start to profit more off of his work, since he wasn't able to do that while he was locked up. I forgot how long he was locked up, but yeah, man, I like the flow. I like the beat. The visuals, everything is hitting so far. So
the song is good.
Yeah, it looks like we're about halfway through. Let me go back a little bit and let's continue.
Right there, brother, yeah. He talk so much, I showed him I'm a real hunter. Won't say it, but he know I still got real cutters, yeah. Yeah, I'm right back in all lost man comers. Yeah. I had been down bad inside a dog tunnel, yeah. Fuck them boys, I found out who my real poppers. And who was only with me cause I had dollars, yeah. I got paid the lawyers on meals for me. So I want to say a word that I just railroad. Niggas find it hard to understand though. Y'all can't put me down, I've been locked down, don't know which way to go. Never get no statement, no ugly, that's ain't no stand on them. Over that few niggas on their trust me, I'ma stand on it. Ladies in the DA did some sneaky shit, I fell for it. On my music, Cuba cut it, time I be prepared for it, yo. House shiny niggas throwing shade though. I can get on here, but I'm just chillin', just see how it go. But they say you want some smoke with me, ain't in my time zone. Even give it there, I could just pop out one no side though. Gonna eat too slick, you ain't gonna know which way I played. Shit too hot, I can't even put no money. Put it up, pop out like what the fuck you niggas said. Ain't all that talking is the last time I'ma say it. I'm keep it where I keep popping these meds. I finally find out it's just the way the devil dance. Got too many niggas run out bed to beat my hand. I got too many folks to feed, you just don't understand. Don't know all that when it's by the bread and butter. The careful cloud, I put that on my dead brother, yo. He talk so much, I showed him I'm a real hunter. Won't say it, but he know I still got real cutters, yo. Yeah, I'm right back in that lost man comers. I had been down bad inside a dog tunnel, yo. Fuck them boys, I found out who had real problems. And who was only with me cause I had dollars, yo.
What the? At the gas station, leaving the bank.
Got a thick thing at home. Only
hey, but he living his life.
Just
man.
2 scenes of that woman too. She looked good. I'll give him that. He's with the
man. What the bro?
He song.
Was. You see me over here. Oh my, this vibing because he was talking on some stuff. He keeps this. I guess this is a part of the course, but he was like basically saying they do anything for clout. I put that on my dead brother.
Yeah.
So
It's the
maybe
first
like
thing he says in the song, and then brings in the
Oh.
chorus. In the chorus, like,
okay,
that's
yeah. You know, I missed it.
Mhm.
I missed it before, but it's interesting he keeps saying that because he's
Mhm.
maybe the people or the rappers who have came out and spoke against him, you know, kind of dissing him after the courtroom case came out. He's from his perspective, he thinks that they're doing it for clout. And man, he was just going crazy, man. Like,
Here's this line right here. He said, "Gunna, he too slick. You ain't gonna know which way I pled. Shit too hot. I can't even put no money. Pulling up, pop out." Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought that was cold too. He was like, you ain't gonna know which way I play it. Stuff so hot I can't even put no money on yo, and then it fades out. I thought that was cold too, because he's saying like, yo, y'all talking about me like I'm not really about this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, keep that talk up. And you know, listen, y'all, we not no street dudes. I gotta keep on saying it. But you know, this is he's articulating his feelings. You know, he's facing a lot of backlash for what he's going, and he's like, you know, he's kind of flexing right now. You know, he's holding himself down. And I just think that's impressive. I don't know who he's talking to right there. Like we said, the notable people who come out, Lil Durk, Little Baby. Because he had said something. He was like, that boy talked about me, but we in two different time zones or something. Oh man, and yeah, he was like, you really don't want to see me like pop out or something. Now, I think he's just talking, you know, just kind of like got his chest pumped up. I don't think Gunna is gonna do anything, but it's just interesting hearing his perspective on that. He's coming at these people
on my P's and Q's, because this time I'd be prepared for it.
Yeah, because that was good. Yeah, thank you, G, for having these
lawyers and the DA did some sneaky shit. I fell for it, and that's what he said, on my P's and Q's, because this time I'm prepared for it. Yeah. So that's him kind of saying that the lawyers and the DAs maybe did something behind the scenes to make him slip up, but also that could just be an excuse thrown in there to try to make him look better.
Like I said, we're from the outside looking in, but what if that is his truth? And I think, you know, especially, you know, in a rap culture, you know, not a lot of people gonna want to hear too much about. Nobody's gonna want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? They just heard the courtroom video. They take it for what it's like. Nah, he snitch. I don't care what you say. But you know, I think it is important to kind of put yourself in somebody's shoes if you're not tied to the situation. If you YSL or if you Team Gunna, okay, I get you. Yeah. But if you kind of like neutral, like how we are, it's important to like, okay, all right, where is Gunna coming from? Where is Thug coming from when he finally speaks out? And Gunna is saying, y'all, you said he thinks that the what do you say, the lawyers and who else did some
DA, the district attorney,
and the DA did something. Maybe they was like, okay, you know, go in here and say they agree to these things, and you get out. Maybe he didn't know what they were going to ask him. But he told his attorneys he should have did that. But I know all my real ones out there, all my street guys, they're gonna say, nah, MC, it don't matter. He should he should know what that's coming in the moment. He heard the DA or whoever was asking him those questions, he should have just said no instead of yes. And you know, it did kind of. I didn't really see too much hesitation on his part in that courtroom video.
He was prepared for that too.
But maybe he thinks that there's a bigger plan. Maybe because they got very good lawyers, so maybe they think the lawyers that are defending them could spin it somehow and make Young Thug a free man. You know, I don't know. But then he's saying they did something slick, so maybe that's not true.
And he also said, "Fuck, I paid the lawyers all the mills for, just so I won't say a word to dodge the railroad."
Hold on, say that one. He said,
"Fuck, I paid all those lawyers mills for, just so I won't have to say a word to dodge a railroad." That's a railroad. That's a metaphor for jail time, because back in the day they used to work on the railroads, you know, pounding like steel or whatever into the railroad.
Right.
So yeah, and then he said,
"So
they just find it hard to understand. Though dog ain't put me down, I've been locked down. I don't know which way to go. And he talks about, you know, dark tunnel and stuff, man. He's got all sorts
he was
of
going
stuff
crazy. And you seen him still like at the gas, got his ski on, kind of looking both ways. He said on there, like, yeah, he's on his P's and Q's, man. He gonna make sure that he's straight. Like, he knows that he's a target right now. I don't know what city he was riding around in. I doubt it was Atlanta, because
Hollywood, I think.
Yeah,
I think I saw the Hollywood
Hollywood
sign at one point
Good
when he
catch.
was outside. Yep.
Good catch. Yeah, I know it's not. Yeah, I know he can't be in Atlanta
And
riding
he's-
around like that. Really anywhere, but he got his ski on, and yeah, he's still living his life. What else
This
you got?
is interesting. I
Mhm.
think, you know, probably think I'm sick the way I keep popping these meds. I finally found out that's just the way the devil dance.
I remember that.
Had too many people around I fed that bit my hand. I got too many folks to feed. You just don't understand.
And they put that on the caption after a few.
And that was interesting in this video too. Every time he showed words in the bottom, that's obviously the words he really wants you to pay attention to.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. He said he got family to feed. You just
Family
don't
to
understand.
feed.
So
It sounds like he might be getting sober with saying, I'm on these, they think I'm sick, I'm on these meds. But then he said, but that's just, I figure out that's just where the devil dance.
And he's kind of talked about, because he's been hospitalized for I think popping pills or something like that affected his kidneys, and he spoke about it on a song before. So he's kind of alluded to like the drug use and it's negatively impacting his health. So I think it was interesting that he mentioned it in this song. But yeah, man, like, this is his viewpoint.
But when he's talking about he's got people to feed,
yeah,
to me that's him saying I needed to get out, so I can get back on my career, and because I have family to feed, which is, I mean,
family, probably people working,
which is respectable as like we keep saying, as non-street people, that, you know, have like, I get that, like, you want to keep, you know, bringing in the money for your family, but then again, there's rappers that showed us before, and I bet you eventually Thug starts making music behind bars. You can, YMLE's another one that you can make money in music behind bars still. I mean, there's ways to do it.
We'll see what
Wayne
happens.
used to do it when on the phone.
Yep. He just came out and told Missy Elliott that in their interview that he recorded in jail.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see if we hear anything from Thug, but yeah, that's absolutely right. He got people to feed. You know, people who working underneath him that can't make money, or he can't provide for them, obviously, while he's locked up. Now, I know people who are Team YSL, Team Thug are saying, yo, like, Thug got family to feed too. He got people he's looking after, and like I said, that's what we're just focused on Gunna right now. Like, there's no denying that Thug does as well. We're just focused on Gunna's situation, and trust me, when Thug finally comes out with something the first time, we'll be right here to react to it. But I'm liking this, man. I'm liking this. I heard it before, but I caught some more stuff there. This is my first time watching a music video.
Song is crisp. It's solid.
Yeah, it's
real good.
It's a solid song, and
I like the video.
Yeah,
it's very eerie. He's by himself the whole time, besides that woman in the end.
Yeah,
but it is interesting because most videos you see with rappers, they have their boys there, you know, rallying around him. Right now, it doesn't seem like he's got. Yeah,
that's a good catch. Yeah, he's by himself. Because a lot of people who are on his side probably heard the courtroom stuff and cut him off. You know, took that for what it is. Didn't call him. Just cut it off. And to him, I can understand how that can be very hurtful and painful and put, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, y'all, yes. To me, we both said at the beginning, the courtroom video, it looked like snitching. I mean, there's no really going around it. It was snitching. You know what I'm saying? But there's still a human being. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with a lot of criticism and backlash. I don't necessarily, to the streets, it's fair, but to a regular human being, maybe it's not so fair, and he's just kind of getting his stuff off. He don't feel like he did any wrong. You know, he might have made a mistake. He might have snitched. unintentionally. We don't know. But he's still out here moving, man. And I thought it was very interesting. He's still out here rapping. He's still out here getting to the money. He's still with the woman at the end, which he gotta have some. You know what I'm saying?
He's still smoking blunts.
Yeah.
He might be getting off the pills, but he's still hitting those backwoods. There's no doubt about that. I mean, and you know,
I'm impressed, G. I'm impressed with, like I said, I love it when artists can articulate real situations. Like sometimes we don't know what rappers go through on a day-to-day because it isn't always in the news. But in this case, this is in the news and we know what he's talking about. And he articulated so well.
Yeah, he did.
He articulated his feelings so well. I'm impressed by it. And it does show, like this mental fitness podcast, it does show some mental toughness on his end. You know what I'm saying?
And growth in his talent.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I have to listen to more Gunna to really give a fair assessment on this, but this is one of the better Gunna songs I've ever heard based on the flow.
I agree with it.
It's real, it's raw, it's not just, you know, some party vibe. It's like some real stuff going on. And yeah, like you said, he's really articulating what he's going through, bringing up everything, talking about how he's lost, you know, some partners and stuff, and
that's real stuff.
And the video is real good, obviously, for showing what he's going through, and he's trying to show that he's not afraid to still be out and about.
Yeah, he gonna be aware, but he's not afraid.
Yeah, he's gonna keep that ski mask on, but he's not afraid to be out and about.
He just keep on, you know, like against all odds, against all, you know, backlash, criticism. He's still out here going hard. He got to the point where he's at by continuing to go hard and push through challenges, and that's what that shows me, and that's what I admire about him. He's showing some mental toughness here, a lot of it.
What about his style? What do you think of his style?
Like rap style?
I'm talking about dress style.
You know, being out
those leather bell bottoms, pants is the one. Go back to where he's outside of his car. That's really what I'm talking about. I'm curious what you think of those pants.
Let's see where he was outside of the car, because that was where we
right
paused
there.
It at the first time.
Right there.
Let's see
those pants.
Oh shoot!
Those pants right there. Those bell bottoms.
That's crazy.
But you know,
yeah, he do got
right there. Yeah, I respect it though. I wouldn't wear them, but I respect it, and you know that's kind of what I feel like the rap game's gone. And really, music artists in general have tried to, and athletes too, try to push the envelope when it comes to style. But that's not even too crazy. Obviously, if it was Thug, we might see him in Thug would be in a dress. Possibly.
Yeah, a dress. What is it? A kilt or whatever. But yeah, man, Gunna he's always kind of stepped outside of the box with style. I'm liking the all black. Shoot, ironically, I got all black on right now. You know what I'm saying? I only got the eyes showing, but yeah, those pants, hell, those probably cost about like $30,000.
Yeah,
all we know
for real.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
almost as much as that Porsche.
Definitely
a nice ride.
Interesting. Yeah, they got the Porsche right there. So yeah, man, hey man, I respect the way he's responding to all of this. Do I respect the snitching? Not necessarily, because like I said, we're big rap fans, and in rap that's frowned upon, but we've never been in that situation. I'm pretty sure not snitching is probably some of the hardest things that people who are involved in criminal activity have to do, especially when they're facing a large amount of time. Like what? I don't know what he was facing with. I assume like 10 plus years.
Yeah, at least
10 plus years. And you're saying like you could either say these things, say yes ma'am 5 times and be free in a week, versus not say anything and do things for like 10 years. Like, I'm just trying to put it into perspective. That's what he was dealing with. So it can be hard to, not take that deal. And maybe like you said, the DA and the lawyers sweet talked him a little bit, and made it seem like it wasn't snitching when in fact it was. They're just trying to win a case. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for themselves. So that's kind of what he alluded to. So, man, we'll see what happens. Any final thoughts?
It's tough, man, because I think you put it really well. Because he's a human. That's a really tough situation to be in. Like you said, 5 yes mans, you're free. You don't talk. You're in prison for a long, long time.
Yeah,
that's a tough dilemma to go through. And I think we watched something before we even got on about a guy, I forgot his name, that was on the phone with DJ Academics and was saying that Gunna's not about that life.
Oh, Whack 100.
Yep, Whack 100 saying Gunna's not about that life. And I mean, he probably isn't. We were in that situation. Who knows what we do? Thug, if Young Thug was in that situation, I'm thinking he's keeping his mouth shut, you know, because he's about that life. He's a street dude.
Yeah, not street. Like they saying what they say in the streets. Like, okay, if Gunna's a civilian, which I don't even know if this is snitching what I'm about to say. So maybe I shouldn't touch on that. But they're basically, they say civilians are like, they can tell and stuff like that because they're not street, you know. But if you're a street guy or you're a street girl, you got to stick to the code. You got to stick to principle, and you cannot tell. You know, it's just frowned upon. You know, and if you do proceed to tell, then you're a rat. Yeah. There have been a lot of people who come out and say that he's a rat. So, listen, man. Like I said, we are obviously civilians. I wouldn't put myself in this situation.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, Gunna probably knew he was getting into a gang with YSL. I know this is all alleged.
All alleged.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I think he just wanted to make music too. So it's like, it's really tough. Like, because, you know, I do believe Thug, you know, started YSL to be a music label. And obviously maybe it started as a gang. Who knows what it started at. But regardless, it's made music.
Yeah.
And it is interesting to see who's joined him and who hasn't on that label. And one good friend of Young Thug is a Lil Baby. Lil Baby was never to be a part of YSL. I think he probably wanted in, but if I remember right from what I have researched in the past, is Thug wouldn't allow it, probably for knowing deep down that would just be bad for it. Exactly. So Baby went off and made his own, quality control label.
That's probably why Lil Baby feels some type of way about Gunna coming out.
Exactly.
You know. And there's probably more rappers who feel some type of way about Gunna, but just haven't publicly came out and said anything against them. So I understand it all. I seen the video.
Yeah,
we understand the criticism and the backlash Gunna is getting, but yet we're here understanding where he's coming from after his first public response. So all I know is, hey man, if we were to get involved in some criminal activity, and I knew what I was getting myself into, I ain't snitching on you.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that goes for any and all my people.
But also to add to that, like if someone comes to me to join a gang at my age and stuff, it's different when you're 20, 18. You grow up in the streets and everything like that.
That's true.
But from my experiences and whatnot, even if you're in the streets, I know it's hard. Say no to it. Say no to gang activity because
if you can.
If you can, as long as it's not going to get you killed or your family killed or whatnot, whatever happens. That's the thing, is we can only imagine what actually goes down, in the bluff.
Right, man. Constantly looking over your shoulder, don't know who to trust. So that's to say, all y'all who's out there who is, don't have to live that life. Just don't even play around with it, because it's glorified, right, in rap, but there's some real stuff that you can find yourself in some very, very hard situations. You had some very, very hard decisions to make, and obviously Gunna was caught up in that, a very, very hard situation, and he made a decision, and now a decision that he's facing a lot of backlash on, even though he feels like he was doing the right thing. So nobody's going to want to understand, because it's principle. So if you are fortunate enough to not have to turn to the streets in order to feed your family and in order to profit or whatever, just so you can feed yourself and feed your family. Don't even go down that road. You know what I'm saying? Find some other stuff. Struggle and do some harder stuff.
Look at guys like Lil Durk. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
he was in the trenches. He
Yeah.
talks about it, and now he's on his way out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that stuff follows you for life, no doubt. Let's look at Nipsey Hussle, who got out of it,
That's
and
fact.
you know, years later, he still gets popped.
Yeah.
You know, which
Yeah.
is sad
And
stuff
people
to see.
still like they're always affiliated. You know,
Exactly.
there's no way out but death. And Lil Boosie, he just came out the other day. He was like, people don't realize what comes with all this street stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I'm about what in my late 40s, still looking over my shoulder, and I got kids, I got a family, I'm doing well for myself. But when I'm out, I gotta have, you know, people on my team looking out for me, because I don't know if something that I did 20 years ago is gonna catch up with me. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So it's
scary
like it's a danger, it's a never ending thing. That's what I'm saying. You know, just be mindful of that.
The anxiety that goes into that type of, you know, yeah, like Boozy, 40, you know, 20 years later or whatever, many years later, he's still looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's anxiety, stress that, you know, is too bad. But, you know, it's also a good thing he's not, you know, in it. And he's making money by getting on Vlad TV and making music still.
But yeah, he is also somebody who came out and spoke against Gunna, calling him a rat.
Yeah.
He still, you know, he says he lives on principle. And I think a lot of artists who have came out, like highly respected artists, who have collaborated with Gunna in the past, or who just peers with Gunna, came out and dissed them because they lived the street life, and they saying they lost family members for a long time due to somebody who was also in the streets but ratted against their family member. So they resent any people who snitch, regardless of if they're involved in the situation or not, regardless of if the person, you know, regardless if they're in business with this person or know this person or not. They just really resent snitches, because a snitch, you know, either cause them to do some time, or cause one of their family members, like a father or uncle, to do a long period of time, and that took away from their experience and their relationship with their father or uncle or whoever they lost due to snitching. So it runs deep, man.
And that's why, when it comes to, that's why, it's like you said earlier, I wouldn't snitch on you if we was in that situation, because I couldn't even live with myself. Oh, I'm outside now, but now you're inside for as long as. Exactly. No, I'll just try. I couldn't do that to a brother of mine, you know.
Same.
And you know, from Gunna's perspective, you know, that's the toughest part. Were him and Thug really that close? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's a tough situation.
It's tough, man. But we're gonna see how it unfolds, man. This is Gunna's first response.
Just
like I said earlier, I think he's coming out with an album. I'm gonna check it out front to back. If he's on this the whole time, and hopefully things turn out good for Thug. We'll see if what Gunna said, you know, contributes to things not working out so good for Thug, but I fingers crossed that it does, and we're able to hear his response. I'm sure these two will be at odds for a long time, but hopefully they can make amends. We'll see, man. We'll see, y'all. But I've had fun with this one, man. Bread and butter. I'm adding this to the library. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. Anything that we missed. Don't go too hard on us, all right? We civilians at the end of the day, man. We just respect and rap fans, you know. But I like it. I mess with this, and looking forward to seeing how things play out. All right, y'all. It's been another successful session. Y'all be easy. Peace.